Hi, I'm Patrick Giguere, licensed acupuncturist, aka LifeSpring Acupuncture and Healing Arts, and I'm a team member at Healing Leaves Holistic Center at 3329 Wrightsville Avenue, Wilmington, North Carolina. So, let's get into this video. I want to talk about squats. So I'm not talking about barbell squats, I'm talking about bodyweight squats. Bodyweight squats that have the whole foot on the ground, so heels on the ground. So it's not like the Hindu squats where you squat on the balls of your feet and you lift the heel. It's a good exercise, but you're losing out on a lot of flexibility work, mobility work, and strength work. So really, I think the ultimate squat is squatting to the ground, keeping your heels on the ground. And then the ultimate would be to do a pistol squat. I can't do that yet, but I'm working on it. So, and squats are often referred to as basically the kind of the master of all calisthenic exercises. Because to do them and to have decent or good form, you have to get your whole body involved. You have to have good posture, good structure, good alignment. So I learned squats, I learned it from Systema, from one of the Russian martial arts systems. And they absolutely swear by bodyweight squats. They do a lot of push-ups too. They do them very differently. All their exercises are very connected to the breath. We usually take breathing for granted. So they're big on the bodyweight squat. It serves so many purposes. Keeps your back healthy, your knees healthy. Actually keeps your kidneys healthy. And I'm going to do a separate video about squats for kidney health. So, but let's just stick with the regular squat on this one. So, basically it's a joint health and joint mobility exercise. So it's not about having great beach muscles that, all the chicks or all the guys are going to love. It's about having a good functional body into old age. So you start doing these young, you keep doing them. So it's a great exercise. I love it. I'm in my 40s. My knees and my back feel really good. I started doing these in my early 30s. And it took some work to get to the bottom, but it panned out. It worked out in the end, and I highly recommend it. Especially if you have knee and low back pain. And if you do have knee and low back pain, definitely I encourage you to hydrate, because that pain could be telling you that your kidneys don't have enough water. Kidneys are water element in Chinese medicine. You may need some sea salt too, so make sure you're hydrating. I can't encourage that enough. So many people don't, and they're just like, I never think of it. It's like, well, you better start thinking of it. All right, so enough of that. Let's get into the squat here. Okay, so with the bodyweight squat, the basic form here, you want your feet basically roughly parallel. I turn them out a little bit, and then a little wider than the hips. Definitely no wider than the shoulders. If you go wider than your shoulders, you're doing a whole other exercise, and that can be a little iffy if you do those repeatedly and you do many over time. So, feet between hip and shoulder width, toes out a little bit. And there's different things you can do with your arms. Some people, as they go down, they like to raise the hands for counterbalance. I encourage that, especially in the beginning. You can hold a dumbbell or a kettlebell just to balance you. Different muscles, tightness in different muscles can cause limitation here. So in the calf muscles, and the ankles, and the Achilles, the low back, and the hips, that can keep you from reaching a full range, especially the full range of good form. I'm still working on my form, but better than it used to be. So, and one thing you're doing too, you want to keep your back as straight as possible. So if I show you from the side, as I go down, I'm keeping my upper spine straight as possible. So my chest is out, my head and neck are upright, and I'm going down. And I got a little butt wink going on, and that's something I'm working on. So the butt wink is when you get to the bottom and your butt tucks under. I'm still working that out. So that's the full range of motion. And again, chest, head and neck very upright. So I'm not going this way. And I've got my arms just hanging for the most part. As you do this, your knees are going to come forward of your toes a little bit. I think that's perfectly fine. Some people are really adamant about never having the knees come past the toes. But that's the natural, that's what your body wants to do, especially if you're not super flexible. If anything ever hurts, just stop doing it. That's the other thing. Don't push through stabbing pain at your own expense. So that's the full range of the exercise. Going all the way to the bottom. So that's not realistic for everybody when they start this. So what you want to do, just go halfway. Or just go, a third of the way. Whatever's going to work for you. When you go halfway to me, it's about where your thighs go parallel to the ground. Now, as far as the speed of this exercise, I don't recommend doing these quickly. You can do other exercises with speed. You can do like some lunges, things like that. With these squats, quality is much better than quantity. So keep them slow. And that's a whole other matter. Exercises done slowly will build the health of your joints. They're not as great of a muscular workout, but they build the health of your joints. Exercises done very quickly, they work your muscles at the expense of your joints. So bear this in mind. So again, go down as far as you comfortably can. Build upon that. Because any squatting you do is infinitely better than no squatting. Always bear that in mind. Don't get crazy about it. Think you have to, train like a Shaolin monk or something when you're first starting out. So again, head, chest, neck. So upper spine upright. Butt's going to come out. Let your arms hang, ideally, or put them out in front of you, if you need to. I like to let them hang. So you stay upright, your butt comes out, and that's about halfway. And you come out of it. So, one thing I highly recommend to really build the strength of your joints, do one or two of these very slowly. So do a count of 20 or 30 just to go into that half squat. And then do a count of 20 or 30 to stand back up. That'll build a lot of strength in your joints and get rid of a lot of that knee pain. And again, if you have knee pain, low back pain, make sure you're hydrated. If it's something you don't think of during the day, make yourself think of it. There's really nothing else for it. Set a timer in your calendar if you need to. So, thanks for tuning in, and I'll be back with another video soon.